Hello everybody, Sheetal here. Let's talk about longevity. When we think of longevity, we think it's lifespan. But there's something I found out called health span. I listened to Dr. Emil talk about this, and lifespan is like if someone's living up to 80 years, what if the last 20 years they're in the wheelchair, they're going around the doctors, they're in the bed, versus health span is where they're healthy as long as they live, and then it's over. So the point of this talk is about making the health span same as the lifespan. So 4 key things that we all know: food, movement, sleep, and stress. So with the food, there's power in fasting. Minimum 12 hours. Of course, depending on your body condition, your medical conditions, please keep that in mind. And he says the magical point is at 16 hours. And yes, it's not about being fixated on a number, but seeing what works with our body. So anywhere from 12 hours to 20 hours is what people do. And of course, 24 hours of full day fasting once a week. But all of this definitely working with your body and with your condition. And the other points I noticed was definitely portion size matters. It's almost like telling the inner child inside us saying that the whole tub of ice cream is yours. Don't worry. For now, just eat 2 spoons. And then to make it more veggies. No, potato is not a veggie. That's good for the body. It's all about the green veggies. And the other thing he said about make sure there's enough protein. So I'm not making this pro-vegetarian or vegan, but it's pro-plant food, pro-fresh and pro-lightly cooked. And in that also plant-based protein, like pea protein. And the other thing he mentioned was, reduce processed food, dead foods sold on the stores, on the shelves, in the packets. And yes, the biggest takeaway for me was that the worst kind of diet is I'll start tomorrow diet. So it's best to start, and most important is that we realize the connection we have with food. Are we treating food as medicine, or are we treating food as a drug and a distraction? So if we have emotional connection with food, then it's a drug. As in, like, you feel sad, you have to eat. You're happy, you have to eat. Then it's a drug. But if we treated food as medicine, which is the original intention of food, then we can understand that we are living. Our lifestyle is conducive to our living. The second thing was about exercise. It's not about working out an hour, killing yourself in the gym, and then rest of the day seated. It's about getting up and moving. So they observed this in the blue zones in the world. There's one in California, in Italy, in Greece, in Japan, and somewhere else. This is a place where majority of people live longer. They live healthy. They have really long health spans and lifespans, a really long lifespan, the same as health span. So one of the key things that they noticed with them is that they move every 25 minutes. They move, like they walk, they bicycle, they bike to places. So it's not about in our head we need to think, it's a gym time. No, and then sit rest of the time. Because I've also heard this, like sitting is the new smoking. So it's about 30 seconds. It's not about, not even a minute. It's 30 seconds of some kind of movement every half an hour. And it can be moderate. You don't need to kill yourself. And to live with purpose. We know that. Social groups and engagement. To be connected, not as in like comparing jewelry or real estate. It's more about you feel good in that group. Like you feel of value, you're contributing, and you're also receiving inspiration. So that kind of groups. Definitely plants are predominant, legumes, less stress, and good sleep. So let's talk about good sleep, which contributes to that less stress. The good sleep, yes, I found out something called revenge bedtime procrastination. So this is when you feel like the whole day you gave to someone else, you worked hard, and now you don't have enough time for yourself, so you have that revenge going built up in you, and then you procrastinate your bedtime. We're all guilty of that and of chronic sleep deprivation. So what he suggests is more time in bed and to track it, to actually be physically in the bed, in a sleep-inducing environment, blackout curtains, white noise, just to make it a retreat. And a pre-bedtime routine, where we know, like, now the body is getting cues, like, okay, now we're relaxing, and now we're going to go to bed. his ideal bedtime starts at 9 or 10 p.m. And yes, he suggests 90 minutes without screen. And to get up with the sunrise, to look at the sky, to delay drinking coffee if you're a coffee drinker, to get light on your face, to move for 2 minutes. Of course, before that, you do a mindful practice, which is good. Plan your day, like relax, prepare, and then launch yourself into the day. And 30 seconds, starting with 5 seconds of cold shower. It's supposed to be really good for our immune system also, to burning our body fat, as well as to train our body to sleep on time and to respect the circadian rhythm. And we covered all of it. And then for the stress, he suggests, like we mentioned before, to be belonging to group,